Good afternoon, YouTube. JT Serenity Farms prepping here with a startling revelation. JT and that band The Who agree on something. I know. I don't take anything they say for fact. They have an agenda. But in this particular case, I agree with their statement and then disagree with what they want us all to do concerning their statement. Alright, so what am I talking about? That band came out with a statement that your diet, nutrition, can help you not get the bioweapon that they created. Okay, I know. That's where they are. They're libtards. In one side of the mouth, out the other. Okay, but in this particular case, I'm not sure what their motive is, because their entire article doesn't go anywhere except providing basic nutritional advice for everyone from infants to elderly. Okay, so we all know that a healthy diet based on a complete nutrition program, meaning the macronutrients of protein, carbs, fat, and water, is important. Everybody should do at least half to a gallon of water per day. It's the key to life. As you take in water, everything else works better. Hair, nail, skin, digestion, oxygen, everything works better. We're 75% water, just like the planet. Our muscles are filled with water. They need water to function. Okay? So you all know how to protect your water source, so we don't have to go there. Just make sure you get at least 8 to 12 glasses per day. At least. That's just to sit on a couch for 24 hours. I was outside working today for 8 hours. I drank a gallon from 6 a.m. to noon and still haven't gone to the bathroom. So that tells me I still got to take in some more the rest of the day. Once we're dehydrated, everything starts to go to shit. Our ability to think is drastically affected. Most people have enough issue with that already. Don't we agree? And then you get muscle cramping, fatigue, disorientation. Drink your water. Alright, so the ban says infants should breastfeed for at least 6 months, or at least drink breast milk. I know a lot of women that breastfeed for a short time and then do the pump thing, save it, and put it in bottles for their babies. My daughter did that after a few months, and when her kids moved on to regular food, she actually would harvest her breast milk and donate it to a local charity. There's always that option. Okay, then after that, we're kind of all in the same boat for 30 to 40 years. Okay? Children growing through their adolescent and teen years obviously need a healthy diet. That's when most of your growth takes place, before you're 18 for a guy, 19 for a girl. Okay? Guys like me who work out on a regular basis, I consume a lot more calories than the average person. I burn a lot more calories just sitting on the couch than the average person does going through their day. I have much more muscle than fat on my body. Muscle is alive. It eats. Fat does not eat. It accumulates. My body hates muscle. It doesn't want to feed it. So if I don't eat enough calories, my body will lose muscle because it will eat my muscle to feed my muscle. The body's main function is self-preservation. Brain function, hair, nails, organs. It doesn't like muscle. It knows you have them. It doesn't mind the basic muscle that you were born with, but guys like me who take it to the next level, the body doesn't like that. Once they realize I'm compensating with extra calories and I've given the body enough to take care of priorities first, the extra calories will go for muscle repair and building. But even I can eat too many. At some point, a calorie is a calorie is a calorie. If I need 3,500 per day and eat 4,000 per day, it doesn't matter how much muscle and how much working out I'm doing. 500 calories a day, 7 days later, 3,500 calories, 1 pound of unwanted stuff. Okay? And then obviously as we get older, if we're not active, as I am, nutrition is important to help ward off disease, keep our health. Ladies especially, osteoporosis, calcium. Okay? But we all need a balanced diet. Where that band and I take different roads is they don't recommend any red meat. I eat red meat at least twice a day. Medium rare, usually. Red meat provides a lot of things people that work out as much as I do need. A lot of iron. There's some creatine in red meat. But it just supplies a lot of nutrients that we need. Okay, obviously, good, clean fish. No fish from China. But good. Sorry, a bee attacked me. I had to defend myself. Okay, alright, we're still gonna have to. Sorry about that. I don't know where it went. Okay, back to the topic. That was a lot of clean, unprocessed foods. Fruits and vegetables, preferably grow your own or from a farmer you know is not spraying them, that they're not GMOs, your own gardens. They are just loaded with minerals, vitamin D, fiber, especially your green ones. And almost all your vegetables are slow burning carbs, meaning you get sustained energy. They're more satiating, meaning they fill you up. And they're just plain good for you. Okay, I don't eat a lot of white rice. I like brown rice or wild rice, which tend to be lower on the glycemic index, meaning they don't cause an insulin spike for me. They keep my energy levels longer. White rice, you know, we've all gone out and had Chinese. You eat everything, and 20 minutes later you're ready to take a nap, and then 30 minutes later you're ready to eat again. Okay? There is a place for white rice. It is a staple of us as preppers. It can be mixed with a multitude of things, fats and proteins, that slow down the digestion of those high glycemic white carbs and don't cause that insulin spike. And yes, I do have buckets and buckets of white rice. The price is right. It's just one of the easiest items to prep that there is. But we're talking general nutrition here for everyday life, just to keep ourselves healthy. Alright, so they're talking maize and wheat and barley, and yes, you can get all that stuff. There's a lot of people that supposedly have a gluten intolerance, so they're avoiding the wheat products. The starchy grains, I don't eat all that much. I just got away from them. I do prep some, but I don't have a taste for them. I have gotten by just fine loading up on vegetables and fruits and protein sources and nuts. They say unsalted nuts. They don't want anybody doing more than a teaspoon of salt a day. A daily serving used to be 1,500 milligrams. That's only 1.5 grams. They want it limited to 5. That sounds very reasonable, especially if you're sweating a lot. Salt is, contrary to popular belief, very important for hydration to a certain extent. Salt pulls water into your muscles to help keep them hydrated. You have to get that balance. You can ingest too much salt and it pulls water away from areas where it's not supposed to be to satisfy itself, and you could get dehydrated. Okay, if you're outside working all day long like I was today, my sweat, you can just taste the salt. Okay, so tonight I will salt a meal lightly, which I usually don't do, but I know that I'm going to be down some sodium, and I don't season any of my foods unless it's pepper or a hot sauce, so I don't get a lot of sodium, and it is important. So I disagree with them there. I disagree with them on the red meat. They're recommending a lot of pork. I get a pig every year, but I know where it came from. It's no Chinese pork. We all know that Smithfield sold out to China. So all the pigs slaughtered here are sent to China, processed, and then sent back here for you to buy. Does that make any freaking sense? Hopefully that all ends with this bioweapon and the president straightening out how the Democrats sold us out to China over the years. And, you know, I get all my beef, my chicken, and my pork from local farmers that I know personally. I know how their animals are raised, cared for, and butchered, and that's what I like. And I don't pay that much more. I just buy it in advance. Get a couple freezers, do a lot of dehydrating, a lot of jerky, stuff that's going to last forever, plus I eat on a regular basis. A lot of smoking. So you got your 3 basic food groups, and you should have something from one of those with every meal. There's plenty of fats out there that have gotten a bad rap over the years. Seems like they're always changing their mind. Remember how terrible egg yolks were for us. I eat 4 eggs every day, all the yolks. Okay? 7 grams of fat per yolk. That's 28 grams of fat in one meal. I eat almost 100 grams of fat a day. For males, once you hit 40, fat is very important for testosterone production. Okay? That's what we're made of. We need it. I eat my red meat loaded with some saturated fat. Okay, it's got some unsaturated with some sat, but chicken has almost nothing. Lean cuts of pork have almost nothing. Fish, almost nothing unless it's salmon, and that's a healthy fat. Almost all your carbs are negligible on fats. Your vegetables and your fruits, nothing. Maybe an avocado is good. So really, fats only come from fat sources and red meat and lean pork protein sources. And they are important. Our body has inter-organ fat. Every one of our organs has a bumper around it. That's made up of fat. All the jostling we do, our organs are getting back and forth, up and down, jostled all over the place. And that little bumper of fat around all our organs protects them. No matter how lean I get before a bodybuilding competition, my body will never give up that fat. No one's body does, except an extreme case of people that are in concentration camps, or photos we see of people in Africa and India that are literally, you can count every bone in their body, and they've lost some of that inter-organ fat. But your body for us is it won't give that up. And you can't see that you have it. Okay? So, but you still need to ingest fats, predominantly healthy ones, for your body to help regenerate those. And fats are around all your joints. They help provide lubrication and cushion. So, yes, we do need a certain amount of fat. Okay, I take it to an extreme when I'm getting ready for a bodybuilding competition, but it's only like that for 4 to 6 weeks, and then I slowly get myself back to where I need to be based on my competition schedule. Okay, but the average person is carrying too much. Men, we carry it all in the wrong place, around our waist and our chest, which is terrible for our heart. Women, we kind of carry it where they're in their hips and buttocks. Boobs are fatty tissue, just in case you were wondering. The muscles underneath are what hold them up. They have pec muscles just like we do. But that's a different topic. Okay? So, I just wanted to stress the importance of a healthy diet and nutrition plan. I hate calling it a diet because we're not dieting. We're eating a nutrition plan. I look like I do, and I eat almost 35 to 4,000 calories every day at 150 pounds and 58 years old. Okay? So I don't want to hear you can't eat more than 2,000 calories a day, the FDA requirement. No, that's if you sat on a couch and breathed for 24 hours. Your body needs an average 2,000 calories just for basic functions. Okay? Can you get by with less? Yes, you can. For a while, everyone can. The trick is finding, based on your daily activities, where is it that you're eating enough to maintain what you have or just lose a few pounds? Okay, it's much better for a person to attempt to lose body fat, incorporating exercise and a wise nutrition plan rather than just trying to do it by nutrition. Okay? I've trained a lot of people over the course of my career as a trainer and a competitive bodybuilder, and I used to hear it all the time that, well, I'd like to lose 30 pounds first and then I'll come in and start training with you. Hello. Weight training burns way more calories than cardio. Cardio is for your ticker. If your ticker works well, then everything else works better. But weight training, reasonable cardio, balanced nutrition plan is the best way to lose body fat or gain some muscle. And let's face it, everybody, regardless of this bioweapon, everybody needs to be in a reasonable shape. Okay? If the total SHTF happens 1 week before I'm ready for a bodybuilding show, at 0% body fat, not zero, down around 3 or 4% body fat, as opposed to a person who's carrying 20 or 25, with me eating 3,500 calories a day and them eating 1,500 to 1,800 calories a day, they've got an extra 3 weeks to a month life expectancy on top of me already, as their body will eat that body fat reserves where I don't have that. All I'll be losing is muscle, which I'm counting on to help get me through an SHTF. So, based on your caloric needs and requirements and where you're at now, where you want to be, you need to plan ahead for those. I dehydrate protein powder. Just a scoop, shake it up, and I'm ready to go. I can't see myself only eating 3 times a day and my calories dropping way down to 15 or 1800 like most of your dehydrated or freeze-dried meals are. That's going to be extremely mentally challenging, and physically my body is going to have a very tough time with that, which directly affects my mental state. Cortisol is not our friend, okay? So, anyway, the moral of this long rant is me and the Who agree on the music that they're singing right now, but just the topic. So, like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't like, don't care. But let's get healthy. Let's get that nutrition going. With all the food shortages and everything coming, a lot of the food you may like might not be around. So it's time to start thinking of alternatives and other sources of carbs, fat, and protein that maybe you never thought of. Okay? Good luck. And for now, JT, signing off.